Son Heung-min created history by scoring the first goal at the new Tottenham Stadium against Crystal Palace, and the South Korean was at it again on Tuesday. The former Bayer Leverkusen star didn't give up on a cross-controlled it when it seemed destined to go out and lashed home the winner against Manchester City. This was the 26-year-old's 18th goal of the season in all competitions and only his second in the Champions League. However, it gave us an important lead to work with ahead of the return leg. Sun shining bright for Spurs. The South Korean embodies what Tottenham are under Mauricio Pochettino. Relentless, fighting till the end and playing great football. That all was on show throughout the game as Pep Guardiola's men barely troubled our defense. Sergio Aguero's penalty was well saved by Hugo Lloris, and Danny Rose was unfortunate to be penalized for the handball that gave the spot kick away. Tottenham stifled the away side really well, and this should give us the confidence of doing a similar job in a week's time. Spurs also play City at the Etihad in the Premier League after the Champions League game, and hopefully, Sun does some damage to Guardiola's side when we face them again. The South Korean always seems to be smiling on and off the pitch, and several Tottenham fans praised the goal scorer for his effort at the new Tottenham Stadium. First Premier League goal at Spurs' new stadium, Son Heung-min first. Bjerg 1, April 9, 2019. First Premier League goal in Tottenham Hotspur new stadium and first Champions League goal. He is making a history. Sunny, Smurthapt Samir Thabit, at Samir Thabit, April 9, 2019. Announced lifetime contract and statue, Luke at Luke1, April 9, 2019. Picked at twitter.com/5LHW14 Wohi, Mamadou Victor, at Victor, April 9, 2019. Every time Kane gets injured, Son steps up. He's the star of the team. When the sun shines, it's difficult to stop Spurs. Subhadeep Mukherjee, at SM_Tottenham, April 9, 2019. Firepick.twitter.com/3sizespo, digital jerseys, at FASN. Designs, April 9, 2019. Son Heung-min, look at him go. Son Heung-min, better than Ronaldo. Son Heung-min, smartest on the pitch. Son Heung-min, better than Modric. Son Heung-min, pride of the lane. Son Heung-min, long may he reign. Mark Recton, at Mark Recton, April 9, 2019. The Sun Stadium has a nice ring to it. Jamie, at La Modern Libra, April 9, 2019. Read more Tottenham news. Click here. Latest Spurs news. Tottenham put up a fantastic show against Manchester City in the first leg of their quarter-final tussle in the Champions League. City tried to give us a tough fight, but we shaded the game in nearly every department in our new stadium. The only goal of the game came via Son Heung-min in the second half, and there was some bad news for the team as Harry Kane had to be subbed after an ankle injury. Mauricio Pochettino was worried that Kane could be out for the season. BBC. However, Spurs have something going for them ahead of the second leg. 9 Spurs have progressed to the next round on each of the last 9 occasions they've won the first leg of a European knockout match, excluding qualifiers. Advantage. We have progressed into the next round after taking a lead in the first leg in our last 9 European occasions. Of course, our knockout tie last season against Juventus did not go well, but we did a great job against Borussia Dortmund in the previous round. City are a different beast compared to the Bundesliga club, however, they seem to be overcome by playing at the new stadium. The Tottenham players also did their bit by putting City under pressure throughout the game. Musa Sissoko, Dele Alli, Kane and Son all ran their socks off for the cause as we came out with a 1-0 win. Read more Tottenham news. Click here. Latest Spurs news. Mauricio Pochettino got the tactics right against Pep Guardiola on Tuesday, and it will be interesting to see if we put up a similar performance in a week's time at the Etihad. Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino fears Harry Kane could be out for the remainder of the campaign after injuring his ankle on Tuesday. The BBC reports that Kane will have an MRI scan on Wednesday and left the new stadium on crutches with a protective cast around his left leg. Tottenham defeated Manchester City 1-0 in the Champions League quarter-final first leg, but Kane had to be replaced after a clash with Fabian Delph. Speaking after the game, Pochettino was worried about the striker's injury. BBC, "It's a worry for us. We are going to miss him, maybe for the rest of the season. We hope it is not a big issue. But there is not too much time to recover. He twisted his ankle, so we will see how it reacts in a few hours." Same ankle and the same injury. The Englishman has a history of ankle injuries during his Spurs career and suffered one earlier in the season too. Kane missed 2 months of the campaign with ankle ligament damage he picked up against Manchester United, and Pochettino believed this is the same ankle. "We need to check, but it looks like it is the same ankle and similar injury. It is very sad and very disappointing." Kane was in the wars on Tuesday as he was targeted by several City players. Delph's tackle on the England captain wasn't great, and losing him for the remainder of the season will be a blow. Read more Tottenham news. Click here. Latest Spurs news. However, the silver lining even with the injury is that we did alright without Kane's presence at the start of 2019. Tottenham came out 1-0 winners in the first leg quarter-final clash against Manchester City at the new stadium. Son Heung-min got the only goal of the game in the 78th minute with a rasping shot that went below Ederson. However, our goalkeeper had a huge say in the result too. Danny Rose was harshly penalized for a handball incident early in the first half after the referee consulted with VAR. The Spurs players looked perplexed as the ref pointed to the spot, and the City players didn't even appeal for a penalty. Sergio Aguero stepped up to take the pen, but his effort was brilliantly saved by Hugo Lloris. This was a huge moment in the game and created the tone for the other Spurs players. Lloris has had a tough season with some major mistakes, but he has also done his bit for the team, especially on penalties. Hugo Lloris has saved all 3 of the penalties that he has faced with Spurs in all competitions in 2019, stopping efforts against Leicester City, Arsenal and Manchester City tonight. Imposing. However, this save from the spot gives us a slender lead going into the second leg. The World Cup winner also saved us in the 1-1 draw against Arsenal and has yet to be beaten from the spot while playing for Spurs in 2019. Read more Tottenham news. Click here. Latest Spurs news. This was another reminder of his quality in between the sticks, and hopefully, we can finish the season on a high and make it to the semis of the Champions League, at least this season. Tottenham made it another night to remember at the new stadium as we defeated Manchester City 1-0 in the Champions League quarter-finals first leg. Manchester City came into the tie with a great record in 2019 but were undone by a charged-up Tottenham side. Son Heung-min got the only goal of the game in the second half, but this was a tie evenly contested with Spurs shading the game in many areas. City seemed to be affected by playing in our new home but were awarded a controversial penalty with Danny Rose adjudged to have handled the ball. The Englishman looked perplexed, as did most of the Spurs players, as the referee consulted VAR. Hugo Lloris stepped up to make a great save from Sergio Aguero, and that set the tone for the team. Spurs were harrying their opponents, and it was a miracle that no one was sent off from City as they targeted Harry Kane. The Englishman, however, had to be replaced after a tough duel with Fabian Delph. This would be a blow for Spurs if he doesn't return for the rest of the season, but the night belonged to Son and the team as we carry a lead into the second leg. Tottenham player ratings. Hugo Lloris 8/10 set the tone for the game when a great save from the penalty. The Frenchman has had a tough time in recent weeks but didn't have much to do in the rest of the game. Kieran Trippier 7.5/10. Trippier has also had a tough time this season but did a great job against Raheem Sterling and keeping the Englishman quiet. Jan Vertonghen 8/10. The Belgian didn't score in this Champions League home tie, but he did a good job in shutting out Sergio Aguero. Toby Alderweireld 8.5/10. The other Belgian defender was excellent too, as he kept the Argentine attacker in check and was the better of the pair. Danny Rose 7.5/10. The left-back didn't let the initial penalty affect his performance, as he did a great job in attacking the City team and was solid at the back. Moussa Sissoko 8/10. Sissoko was solid in the midfield as he made things difficult for City. He had some great surging runs and also had a fantastic tackle on Sterling in the first half. Harry Winks 8/10. Winks was making his first start in almost a month, but that didn't faze him. The Englishman was great with the ball and was applauded by the fans when subbed. Christian Eriksen 8/10. Eriksen was great with the ball at his feet, but some of his deliveries from free kicks were disappointing. The Dane looked composed in the midfield and got the assist for the goal. Dele Alli 8.5/10. Ali didn't get a goal in the game, but he was excellent throughout with his runs and pressing. This was possibly one of his best performances this season, and it came at the right time. Son Heung-min 9/10. The South Korean created history against Crystal Palace and did it again against City. He scored a late winner with a fierce finish below Ederson. Son was all energy in the game, and the goal could not have come at a better time. Harry Kane 7/10. Kane seemed to be targeted by the City defense, and his night ended early after a nasty challenge by Fabian Delph. Substitutes Lucas Moura 6/10. The Brazilian did a good job replacing Kane with half an hour or so to go. Victor Wanyama 5/10. Brought some added steel into the midfield. Read more Tottenham transfer news. Click here. Spurs transfer news. Fernando Llorente, nah.